I don't know if our dynamic has really been sussed out by the audience yet,
No.
but apparently I'm the one who doesn't like things.
Well, what if he was a sword guy and a gun guy?
Is that the chainsaw rifle?
No. Have you played Gears of War, Calvin?
It's up to Crash Bandicoot to stop him.
No.
Need to cut that one out.
Can you smell what the pod is cooking? It's episode 17 of the Low Poly podcast. Isn't that right, Josh?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Thanks.
It's crack. Sorry, you do that a lot where I'm very used to pushing your microphone back.
That's because I push back all the time. That was not funny. How are you?
Zinged.
Yeah, zing.
Yeah, how are you feeling, Josh? Are you sleepy?
No, not sleepy. That's not currently the emotion I'm feeling.
Yeah,
What about you? How are
you look great.
You're going to say I look tired.
No, you look very pretty.
Has anyone ever realized that, like when you're speaking to a woman and you say, you look tired, it doesn't mean, are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you? To them, it just means you look like shit.
I have never in my life even dreamt of saying, are you tired to a woman?
28 years. I only realized this year
You look
that
fucking knackered,
I just went,
Stacey.
I used to go like, oh, are you okay? You look tired, and get the death stare. Like,
Lad, that's fucking brutal.
can I give you a low poly life tip? Do not ever.
I know you've never spoken to a woman before, but
Yeah.
if you ever
Calvin.
happen to do it, Calvin,
If you ever speak to a
you ever
woman,
s-
don't tell her she looks tired. Don't tell her she looks greasy or whatever else you do.
Keep going, I'm listening.
Just
make
don't
notes quick. Get your pen and paper.
I've
Tell
never
her
made
she
a note
looks.
in my life.
Tell her she looks beautiful. Or not if you're not dating her. If it's like a random person or a female friend.
What's
Maybe
your-
don't listen to me. So
Well, I was reading I'm reading a book at the minute called Romanticize Your Life
yes. There we go.
because I'm sad and lonely and I need help.
We know.
And one of the things in the book, where there's a segment on dating, and it was like solo dating yourself and all that. And then there was a bit about
Solo
getting
dating.
getting
Well, you
off
do
the
that a
apps.
lot, don't you? You told us how many wanks you had yesterday. That's solo dating, isn't it?
Solo
You
masturbating.
fuck on the first date every single time.
Calvin puts out.
Do you cop a feel of yourself?
Sometimes,
Like on the
yeah.
bus?
You ever stuck a finger up your own arse?
Oh yeah.
We know it. We can't put this on. We can't put
Sorry,
this
on.
on the.
Get on the Patreon.
Yeah.
If you want to hear about the
If you want
worst.
to hear about that one, if you want
worst
to hear
thing.
about the scary sexual experience that Calvin had,
Anyway,
I feel like we need to start this again.
The next segment in the book was like, write your number down on a piece of paper and give it to a person, if you find attractive. And I'm like, I realized the book was written for women.
Is that? Well, it could be like rejection therapy for you. Although I don't know how familiar you are with rejection anyway, but
Intensely.
intensely familiar. Well, what's
Well, I
stopping
won't
you?
reject you, Calvin. I think you're an okay producer.
Calvin, I love you as a friend, but
I'm not good at this. I'm awful at this.
This is my favorite part. Well, I like having you, Calvin, and the audience really likes you.
you switched cameras
I've
6
made so
times
much
as you was doing that.
Leave them in.
Right.
Well, Josh, what are we talking about today?
Games.
Ooh, I like games.
Well, do you? That's the question, isn't it? Today,
I like
everybody-
some games, but you know what games sometimes do to me?
What?
Fill me with a dreadful rage.
A dreadful rage.
that makes me turn into a character.
Yeah.
Sometimes games fucking suck, Josh.
Mm.
Sometimes I fucking hate them because I love games so much that when someone comes around and upsets me, I just break down.
You break down.
I break down. I just cry.
You rip your shirt off and start stamping on the floor like a toddler having a tantrum.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this one because I don't know if our dynamic has really been sussed out by the audience yet, but apparently I'm the one who doesn't like things. So
You're the heel and I'm the face.
I'm excited.
Faux show.
I'm the people's champ anyway. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you be a negative fucking moan for a change.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I have joy in my life.
I do have joy in my life. And to be fair, so what we're doing is the very first episode was a 3x3 of our favorite stuff. So I thought it's time for Negadillin. like the Crimson Chin's counterpart, the Nega Chin.
I really want to do the impression of Mr. Crocker though, but I don't trust myself.
The Crimson Chin! The Nega Chin! The Crimson Chin's arch enemy!
Need to cut that one out.
I'm Negadillin today.
You can't keep saying that. You can't keep saying
And
that.
I am full of hatred.
Oh.
And I wanted to do a 3x3 of stuff I hate. We were going to do both of us, but that'll take 2 hours to get through. So we're going to do it separately. This week is going to be mine, and next week's going to be yours.
Yeah. I think it's funny, we were talking just before we started that Dylan was like, oh, get a 3x3. And I can't think of 9 games at the best of times. It took me like 3 weeks to do it the first time. But Dylan, maybe true to his face character, what trouble did you have with
I
that?
can only get 9. No, 8. I can only get 8. Sorry, I counted wrong. I can only get 8 games. Well, actually, I did sneak one in at the end there.
Oh, okay. So we've got a sort of donut of hatred
Yeah.
for you to...
Yeah, the middle one that's in the donutty center isn't particularly what I think, but I think it'll ruffle some fellers.
Okay.
But yeah, to be fair, most games that I play I like, because if there's a game I think I won't like, I'll just not really approach it. I'll just not bother.
Just judge it on the people who play it from afar.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
But it's usually other factors, hence other people who I think are idiots. If I'm really excited for something and it really disappoints me, or it's like a one in a franchise that just sucks in a franchise that I like.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That, yeah.
Because like because I was going through and like doing research, I mean like shittiest games and watching AVGN.
I was going to say, what's the
research.
12-hour compilation of AVG?
And I haven't played a lot of the shittiest games because they're shitty games, so I never bothered. Sometimes my my judgment gets the better of me, and I'll go, yeah, no, I might like it. Final Fantasy 16 got the better of me because I loved it, hated it, and then loved it again.
This fucking saga of Final Fantasy 16. Calvin, have you figured out what's going on? So he thought he'd like it, but then a man told him he wouldn't like it, and then he tried it and he liked it, and then he didn't like it, and then
now I like it again.
he likes it again.
Yeah. It's a roller coaster.
What a fucking
And
roller coaster.
I don't think I recommend it, but I'm glad I finished it. Do you know what I mean? It was all
Glad
right.
to see the back of it. Yeah. Fair enough. Like any Final Fantasy thing. Isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, I think we should get into it. Get my 3x3 up. I want to see your gut reaction.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be quite upset by this.
Oh, really? I'm excited. There we
Yeah,
go.
there'll be a few that I know people at home will be upset about.
Yeah.
Some that are obvious.
Did you do this on purpose just to trigger me?
Calvin, do you want to bust up my 3x3 that I emailed you just then?
I'm not looking at the screen. I'm just going to look at you.
Yeah. And so, see this look that we have right now?
Yeah.
We're friends. The best of friends.
Oh, man.
I really love you.
I love you too.
Yeah. And see, right now, it's a look of joy. And I know it might be the last look of joy that I ever get from
Do
you.
you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, Josh.
Okay.
Can I know you've not looked at this, Josh,
Yeah.
but I've just opened this up and looked at it and went, this looks like a list of games that I like.
Well, we'll find out. We'll soon
This is
find out
Calvin's
who has the
3x3 of
best
joy.
taste. Right, I'm going to turn now.
Oh, Calvin.
You busted it. What have you done, Calvin? All right, I'm going to do
He
it
pressed
again.
a button and fucked it up.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, wait. Okay, it is now there.
Really? I knew Resident Evil 6 would be on there.
Really?
FIFA 50. What?
So no.
I've done it again.
What are you doing, Calvin? So
Sorry,
that
keep
FIFA
going.
15 is a placeholder for all of FIFA.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just the first one that came up.
Because you don't like sports, right?
I think
Calvin
most
do
sports
it?
games could probably go in that spot, but FIFA has a serious hatred in my heart.
Can a professional podcast producer keep a static image on a screen? He's failed twice. Will he strike out?
I've said I'm not good at producing podcasts.
Calvin, all you've done today, right, is say you shove a finger up your ass regularly and fail at putting the thing on the screen. Oh, yeah. Right.
It's a good start for Calvin. It's a good Calvin episode.
So let's save FIFA because I can't be bothered. Sorry, Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah.
You don't like the zapping system?
Lad, Final Fantasy 8 licks balls.
Right.
I had a really vitriolic reaction to Final Fantasy 8 because
Why?
it's because I only played 7 quite recently.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. I loved it way more than I thought I would because it's old and gay, but it does stand. It stands playing it on modern hardware where you can speed up the game and stop random counters if you really want to.
Yeah.
That aspect of it was fucking class.
Much better.
And I don't know how anyone played that on PS1 hardware where you had to very slowly go through stuff. You can even do things like if you're getting stuck in an area, you could just put on limit breaks infinitely and just fucking go, fuck this, and just go through
For
it.
context, you really loved Final Fantasy when
With
you could
cheat codes?
cheat. Yeah, when you could cheat at the game. Okay.
Maybe I only did that once.
Right.
But you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I love video games. Doesn't mean I'm good at them.
I know that. That is abundantly clear. So what was it about 8 that you hated?
So it's just so boring. It is one of the It's just so boring, lad. And I think it's intrigued me my entire life well more than any of the other Final Fantasies.
Why?
Because fucking, what's his name?
Squall?
Squall. See, that's how much I fucking hate this game. Squall with his gun sword. Gunblade. Calvin, look up.
Jeez, Calvin, for reference, everyone is just eating pistachios like a Roman
zoo monkey,
like a Roman noble. I was gonna say he's just there in his toga for some reason. I don't know why he's got that on a weekend, but he's just scrunching pistachios into his gob.
I like pistachios.
Oh, yeah, nice one. Zing.
What am I Googling?
Squall. SQUALL.
Gunblade. GUN blade. I don't know why I need to spell blade.
So this is a very popular weapon in Final Fantasy, and I do like that it's in 14.
The class in 14, I forget what it's called, but the machinist or whatever.
Yeah.
Class it uses.
So that's Squall's weapon in Final Fantasy 8. So it's a sword.
It's such a fucking dumb weapon.
It's like if a 10-year-old was like, what do you think would be the coolest thing a superhero could make? Well, what if he was a sword guy and a gun guy?
Have you ever thought that you wanted to stab people but also shoot them? You see, it's a gun, but if you pull the trigger, it hurts more.
It's literally what happens.
That
in the
is,
game.
I know.
You have to if you time your button presses, it shoots while you slash.
Yeah,
and it's like doesn't even do it because I thought there's going to be some cool mechanic with this. It's just it just flashes when you swipe. That's it. It fucking sucks.
It does. Little known fact: every enemy in Final Fantasy VIII is epileptic. So that's
every one of them's a small Japanese child.
Yeah, exactly.
Destroyed by an episode of Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Gunblade is one of the best weapons in game. It's so stupid. That's pro wrestling stupid. It's possibly also the most fedora weapon that's ever been invented.
What's cooler? The Gunblade or the Lancer from Gears of War? Because they are cousins, I would say.
The Lancer sucks. Is that the chainsaw rifle?
Have you played Gears of War, Calvin?
I'm familiar.
Do you know the Lancer?
I'm familiar with the.
I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Gears
when
of
I was
War
a
is
child,
one of the lamest games that's ever existed. Fuck, maybe this is spoiling it for next week, but Gears of War is one of the most we're so manly. Look at these pale dudes. Locust. Tom kind of thing. And then like you say, you go
train, baby.
You go
But what if it was a machine gun, but also a chainsaw?
Yeah.
That's my Cliffy B impression.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that is how he actually speaks as well. You should look it up, guys. Yeah, they're both dumb. The Lancer's dumber because
I think the Gunblade's pretty dumb.
no, because that's just a sword, isn't it?
No, but look, it's a magnum instead of a barrel. It's a blade.
Yeah.
So
but like, think about it like this, right? The Lancer is a gun with a chainsaw. So it's no matter how you're using it, one side of it's useless, right? When they could just use a knife or like a bayonet or something, and you could go for the locust instead of going.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have chainsaw battles with the locusts.
The chainsaw duels as well is one of the stupidest things. All I'm thinking is when they're like this, all I'm just thinking is like my eyes, like as it's going ding, ding, ding as the teeth hit each other. It's so stupid. And then you knock it aside and which takes like 50 seconds. Are you even immune when you're chainsawing someone? Or can you get killed?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
If you're online chainsawing someone, you have to wait until they're done chainsawing very politely.
This makes much more sense. I think you'll find that because it's just a sword, I don't know why pulling the trigger makes it hurt more, but it does somehow. Okay.
It's the active reload.
You know who else had a gunblade? Jetstream Sam.
Who the
His
fuck is
samurai
Jetstream
from
Sam?
Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. He had a samurai sword with a trigger, and when he pulled the trigger, it would be like it would hurt more.
Can I give you a sad piece of information?
You never played it.
Never played
Yeah,
Revengeance. I played the demo back in the day.
Back in the day.
but-
He's the one who webs you out, I think, at the end of the demo.
Oh really? I've
got
definitely
him
played the demo, but I've never played
Yeah, but
the full game.
he's got a katana, obviously, with a trigger.
Yeah.
And if you, so dumb. If you
Devil
pause-
May Cry had that as well. Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Nero's got it, hasn't he? Which so
He's got
what we've
a
established is
chainsaw
that
rev.
what we've established then is that
Right,
having a
motorbike.
gun that you can pull a trigger on is actually cool. So next game.
Sorry, okay, I'm gonna put Final Fantasy VIII back in my positive rebound thing. No, I really didn't like it. It's just really cold opening. It's maybe if I played to the end, I'd maybe have a different opinion. But for the hours I played it, I just fucking hated it. Like it was really, really bad.
Sorry, I don't know. I was tangoing there.
Yeah. What next? What do you want to shout out next? Wow. Crash Bandicoot's the worst platformer of all time.
No. You've got ukulele on there, you fucking Ringo. What do you think? Someone wants
Ukulele's
to
pretty
play.
bad also, but
Crash Bandicoot has got great
I
music.
think
Great
music
aesthetic.
is the only good part of Crash Bandicoot.
He does his little dance.
Ding, ding, ding. No, I think I'm singing someone else. What's Crash Bandicoot music? Hello, Gooners. Quick little shout out. If you want a podcast that looks as unreal as this one, sounds unreal as this one, as muscular as this one, come over to the Liverpool Podcast Studios. It's a lovely time. You can have something just like this, Josh. Isn't that right?
Liverpool Podcast Studios for all your recording and steroid-based needs.
Get on over. Liverpool Podcast Studios.
As for Calvin.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot music.
Best villains.
No, man. What was he called?
Cortex.
I was going to call him like Nega Brain or something.
You can't just keep
does he
calling
have
stuff nega stuff.
What does
It's
he
just
have?
very
Does
fun.
he have a C on his head?
No, he has an N.
An N?
Yeah, exactly. That's the part of the game. If he collects enough crystals, he gets the pass.
He finally kills Crash.
It's mine, Crash.
Crash Bandicoot's and
that's why it ends in a space
SJW
station.
trying to stop him.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's jazz handing things away. It's like he stops and explains things. And that's why Cortex is in a big space station, because he's got a giant megaphone pointed at the world when he unlocks the pass. And everyone else, all his baddie accomplices, just want to be able to say it with him. It's the rare N+10 pass, like all his mates can say it. And it's up to Crash Bandicoot to stop him.
No. I think Crash Bandicoot's the lamest shit in the world, man.
But I just explained the story to you. Do you not find that compelling?
That's hilarious.
I think that was pretty deep. And maybe, you know what, because it was Naughty Dog, maybe a sign of things to come with The Last of Us, you know what I mean, with that level of storytelling.
Yeah, it's just it's the only fucking platformer that has bad jumping. It does. Every level is so boring. All the normal enemies dead boring. There's nothing endearing about it at all.
I think Mario is way more boring to play.
Lad,
2D Marios.
You are out of your mind.
2D Marios are crap because it's
No,
just
they're
you
not.
running. It is just you running and occasionally all the enemies jump in time with the music and you're like, wow, that's cool.
What are you talking about?
What's good about like the 2D Marios?
What are you talking
Maybe
about?
I'll save this for next week.
No, the feeling of like momentum and going.
No, I think he's too heavy.
No, man.
That's what's good about Crash. is that-
Sonic 1 could have very nearly been on this list. I hate Sonic 2 saves it for me, but that fucked up that momentum thing that Mario, I think, nailed.
Nah, I don't
Yeah,
like
man.
it.
The fucking
Don't like it.
vibe of Mario is way better. Crash Bandicoot, the camera's too fucking close to the back of his head.
Oh,
It just sucks, man.
he's got a fat head. He doesn't really, does he?
He doesn't know. What is he? A bandicoot.
He's a bandicoot. Fucking
Is that a real animal?
yes.
I thought it was made up.
What did you think? What do you think a bandicoot looks like?
I mean, he's
See what I mean?
with like
Look at him
fake
there.
teeth.
Look at him.
It looks nothing like him. Was he he's Australian?
I think so. I think it's set in Australia.
Bandicoot versus
I thought somebody maybe made a comparison photo, but
like a
I
realistic.
like how your
Crash Bandicoot.
thing is like, oh, Crash Bandicoot doesn't look anything like a bandicoot, but you were just talking about Sonic.
Yeah, but Sonic's way cool than Crash Bandicoot.
No, he's not.
Crash Bandicoot's got
he's
fucking
not.
fake turkey
Sonic
teeth. Are you
is,
serious?
Sonic is one of the lamest
Crash Bandicoot
characters.
looks like a Scouser on holiday. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
That's it. He goes so
110s
far.
on,
He goes so
tops
far.
off,
He goes
black
so far in
socks.
country. He causes fucking mayhem everywhere. Gets into fights and fucking comes out. Jobs are good. He's an English tourist.
Did you ever see that video of the Scouser in Thailand?
Where he's shagging the.
Yeah, it's
The
like,
brass, yeah.
what does he say? He's like, coming to Thailand, not shagging a ladyboy, is like going to Turkey and not having a kebab.
I see in my head. I can't. It's been a while since I saw it last, but I think I'm sure he didn't know they were a ladyboy until she got a cock out, and then he just rolled with the punches. I mean, fair
Fair
fucking play to him. Like,
Fair
wherever
play.
you are, like, fair play for going with that.
He
one.
really is Crash Bandicoot. Really on the
Sorry,
left.
what?
Yeah, because Crash Bandicoot's an SJW trying to stop Cortex from.
Saying the N-word to the entire planet all at once.
Yeah, very liberal.
Oh, it's so funny because that works with the plot of literally every game. as well.
Give me another example, Joss. What are you talking about?
Who's the baddie in Final Fantasy VIII?
Some bitch. I can't remember.
I want to say it's Una, but it's not.
No,
Resident
Una's
Evil
from 10.
6 has been, Albert Wesker's in a lab and he's he's trying to cook up.
Albert Wesker's an open mic comedian,
Yeah.
and he really wants to craft this joke.
Yeah. To let him say the M pass and get away with it.
Yeah.
The M word and get away
So
with
he creates the N virus.
Assassin's Creed 3 is just a bunch of white people getting plugged into the Matrix. So he can say slurs that are Middle
can't go
Eastern.
back.
Exactly. Within your DNA, Desmond, is the ability to say every slur. You must go
He's the
back.
chosen one.
You must go back to the Middle East to learn all of their slurs. And then Italy. And then they decided in the third one to tackle the big boy and go to America, where all the best slurs are kept. Obviously,
The origin of the.
Yeah, exactly.
So they did a 23andMe with Desmond. He's got 1% of everything.
You have what we like to call the Heinz chromosome. You have 57 nationalities and the ability to say every slur. Whoa. I just imagine he's Keanu Reeves in this thing.
Whoa. I know Kung Fu.
I know some slurs.
Fuck me.
Show me.
This is a brutal episode, this. Jesus Christ. Right. Crash Bandicoot sucks.
I want Morpheus to go. Guys, write in your plot of your favorite movie or TV show or game, but have that as the main hook. Because I'm imagining them in the dojo, it's going, show me. He's beginning to believe. It gives like such a whole new meaning to the way that he just like puts his hand up at the camera at the end. You know what I mean? He calls Agent Smith a cracker and he explodes. He calls him Mayo Man or something. And Agent Smith blows off. Because he learned the greatest slur of all, which is the one slur that insults all white people. But there is no spoon because every slur insults white people because they're really thin-skinned about it. So we should start this again.
Agent Smith is dead white, though. Isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like the whitest man.
He's the whitest man that's ever existed.
So, Callisto Protocol. What else on this list do you want to talk about? Crash Bandicoot sucks, by the way. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Full stop.
Best kart racer as well. It's got the worst party game. I'll give you that. Crash Bash sucks.
Yeah.
Callisto Protocol, I've never played because I thought I'd wait, and I feel very glad for waiting because it is just, it's easy as well, isn't it? As bad.
So the issue with Callisto Protocol and the reason why it's on this list in the first place, because it's very much like it has the Prometheus effect for me, where Prometheus
that movie, terrible.
I think Prometheus is my least favorite film of all time.
I remember feeling like insulted by the film at how fucking bad it was.
What is the very brief plot of Prometheus?
You know, Alien and Aliens.
Yes.
Like classic film, even Alien 3, to be fair. The prequel, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where they're just white dudes.
Yeah,
Mayo Man.
A big Mayo Man drinks.
Can you look up Prometheus Mayo Man?
No, they're called engineers, aren't they? I think. Engineer.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, the prequel to Alien, and a load of dumb shit happens where like the crew of the first expedition to possibly the origin planet of the human species are made up. Whoops.
All right, look up engineer.
Ridley Scott. That guy.
Yeah, the whitest man in the universe.
Yeah, he's ice cream. Anyway.
These suck. But Prometheus, I was just so insulted by that film because I'm a massive fan of the Alien franchise. And I really liked them films growing up. So when I watched Prometheus, I heard it was bad, but I was like, oh, but it's Ridley. Ridley's back. I'm sure it'll be sound.
Ridley Scott's got like a 50-50 hit rate at best.
Does. And I was just so upset by it. I think I've only watched it once. Usually when a film's bad, I like going back to it to be like, how shitty is it becomes funny again of how shitty I think it is, but Prometheus just makes me angry.
I think Prometheus is a funny bad film. Like when she has to get the emergency C-section of the alien and it's like shooting staples into her, I was like, that's fucking dumb. And then
or when she's
running
away, and it's this really thin building that's like falling on top of her, and instead of just going she just runs straight so it can fall on top.
Astronaut training does not include how to zigzag. And then at the end, it's like got this like proto-alien and it's like, oh, isn't that cool? And it's not. And then at the end, the French girl, who I actually quite liked her character, is like, I need to go and find the planet of the creators. And she zips off in a spaceship and is never seen from her again. It's like she got poochied. She died on the way back to her home.
Is
planet.
the end of Prometheus where there's old Guy Pearce?
Yeah.
They hired Guy Pearce and just put him in old man makeup rather than just hiring an old man.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's a bad film.
So Callisto Protocol has the same effect in my brain as where I know Dead Space 3 is here for similar reasons, but I love Dead Space 1 and 2
is
very much.
Is this made by the guys who made Dead Space?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's the dude, which I can't fucking remember his name, but he's just this big badass Marcus Phoenix looking motherfucker. That there's a really good documentary where they're talking about like I forget what the series is, but it's like I think development hell or something like that, or war stories. And he's talking about like some of the hardest parts of developing Dead Space 1 and how it becomes dead interesting. And so when this was announced, I fucking filled my cacks of excitement. I was really excited for it. And another horror game from the lads that make Dead Space. Class. And it looks even spookier. It's on a moon on Jupiter.
No moon.
What?
That's no moon.
It's no moon.
Do they say that in Dead
man.
Space?
What?
Do they say that in Dead Space? Or is that Star Wars? What do they say in Dead Space 3 then when the moon comes out?
Oh, it's the moon man. It's the moon man.
Hey.
And so I did the same. I was super excited for it. I was going to pre-order it because I was like, of course it'd be great. And then when the reviews started coming in, and of course my favorite Australian was like, yeah, it's dog shit. I was like,
It's a bit shit, mate.
Don't know.
I wouldn't buy this.
I was like, I don't know. I'll not pay full price, but I'll wait. And it, thankfully, quite soon after release, because nobody bought it, it went free on PlayStation.
Did it go free?
Yeah, free. Went with like the PS Plus,
that's
whatever.
That's being Callisto Protocol too.
Yeah, and so I was like, yeah, amazing. It's time to try. And it the same way Prometheus just made me angry.
Yeah.
This game made me angry because it just had one pivot. If it just changed a few bits, it would have been good.
Yeah.
But the decisions that they made in its core fucked it up. So it's pretty much an only melee game where you're just basically fighting through a space prison. Super cool setting, super cool opening. It's a really cool setting of the world, but every single fight is the exact same. You mash your button to hit, to auto hit, and to dodge, you just hold left or right, and it automatically you don't have the time. You don't have to.
Really?
No, you don't have to
hold
go. Huh. But if you just hold left, you'll never be hit.
So you could just put an elastic band around your analog stick and like one of those birds that just dips in water on the button, and you would just beat the game.
Beat the game.
Someone should make a speedrun of that.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
it's an insultingly bad game that just is frustrating to see because it could have been unbelievable, and it makes me really sad and angry. Glenn is the guy that makes it. I can't remember. Schofield.
Okay.
Yeah, close.
You can't
Relative to
trust
Philip.
You can't trust a Schofield. You just can't. You can't trust a fucking Schofield. That's all.
Resident Evil 6, I think speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you play 6?
No.
I
wish I had now. I actually it keeps getting discounted on Steam to be like a quid, and I keep thinking like this could be funny for a quid.
I have heard. So this has been always in my most hated games since it came out, but I'm actually quite curious to play it again because one of my friends, I think maybe a year or two ago, played it and were like, "It's actually good," you know. And I was like, "Is it?" I don't think it is. Like they were like, "Yeah, it's not the best, but it's still worth playing." I was like, "I don't know," because I was again furious as a child when this came out. I was so upset.
We should play it on stream.
That's a great idea.
That's what we should do. We should do it Couch Co-op.
Yeah.
Resi 6.
Is 6 co-op?
Yeah, I think so.
What a shout. Get on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Fucking yes. That's
I think it'll be really
a great
funny.
idea.
All I remember from Resi 6 is that there's a playground somewhere, and I think that's where my memory of it shuts out.
The only thing I remember was just in the Chris missions was just essentially was a Gears of War game.
Canonically, is that the end of Resident Evil? Is this when it's over? Of all of the main characters' stories, this is the last bit. This is the finale.
Yeah, because no, because Chris is in 8.
I was going to say it's 8. I don't know.
It's canonically after 6, but it's so
isn't 6 like the end of the world sort of situation? I can't remember. But aren't you zip zapping across the world, stopping Wesker or something?
Something like that.
I don't know.
The funniest part of Resident Evil 6 and the best part is that when it first was announced, everyone just laughed that the logo looks like a giraffe getting head off a woman.
Yeah.
Calvin would have noticed. Yeah, look. So if you look, it's a giraffe holding the head of a woman, and she's just going to town.
A two-legged giraffe.
That's how it goes. Yeah. Calvin, can you look up Resident Evil 6 logo giraffe? And you'll there's lots of because Calvin wouldn't have been on the internet around this time. He didn't own a computer.
All right. I thought because he was young or something. Calvin's actually 13 years old.
He's a giant.
Which makes his giant nose even more impressive.
I do not have a big nose.
Shut up, Calvin.
Can you just accept it?
Calvin reads the T's and C's.
Yeah,
yeah.
Why does he have trousers on?
He's smiling too. I tell you what, he is not being considerate of her as he put me her posture. That's fucking.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, so Resident Evil 6 is pretty bad.
He's got some big old nuts on him as well. How far down does it go? Fuck me.
Oh, that poor woman.
The jeans as well imply that he was wearing a shirt at some point and he took that off.
No, the reason that they put jeans on him is because they didn't know how to draw giraffe legs. They just gave him human legs.
He wears boots. Obviously, they must be out and about somewhere, like a disabled bathroom.
He's like a hybrid. He's like the Minotaur, but half giraffe, half man.
I'd say he's all man. What size that fucking piece? Because if you think about the dimensions of it, that's half as big as this woman's face. And it's big enough potentially that it's gone so far down that it's propping her up. You see what I mean? Like, I don't want to get into the trigonometry of it too much, but I love his smile as well. Like it's such a cartoon smile, isn't it? Like, who offered who there?
Yeah.
Did she say, you know what? I've never sucked a giraffe off before.
You know what I also like is that their feet are on like different levels, so it looks like he's jumping in and it's just blasted in some way.
She'll be full after that, won't she?
But yeah,
I love
audio
that she's
listeners,
not
go
an
to YouTube.
attractive woman either. That's the other thing. She's like a fat bird.
She looks like a Roald Dahl character on an illustration.
The twits.
James and the Giant Knob.
I have to say, my favourite thing that we've ever filmed as part of this podcast is just this wide shot of you two just staring at a giraffe's cock.
What did giraffe dicks look like normally? Or can we ask that question? Is that not allowed?
We're on incognito mode. I think we may not be able to use this on the actual episode.
Oh, it's tiny.
Oh,
Look at that little thing. Oh. How are we doing, little guy?
oh, lad.
Damn. I mean, but relatively though. Ew.
I mean, but if like, but a human woman getting around that might have the
Just
same
imagining that with jeans now.
Bollocks.
Oh, he's got some hangers on him. Like, at least.
The fucking nuts are accurate.
All right, should we get back to
Right,
games?
yes. Let's
All
talk
right.
about video games.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, God. I can't use any of this, Calvin.
Calvin's got one of those at home on his mantelpiece. As he goes past, he just gives it a little kiss. No, not the gunblade. It's too phallic now. We can't have any more phallic things. Pull the trigger.
What do you want to talk about next, Josh?
I want to talk about how ukulele is one of the biggest failures in gaming. Not money wise, just in like
an
people's
actual-
childhoods kind of disappointment
Fucking
situation.
Did you play any of ukulele?
It looked like shit.
It
It,
really
looks
was.
like a tech demo.
It played like a tech demo.
Yeah,
It's every aspect of ukulele. For you that don't know, ukulele was developed by the original developers of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah. Yo-ho.
Thank you. Which is a very good childhood game of mine. I loved it.
It's all right.
I fucking adore Banjo-Kazooie. Very good memories of it. Very fun. I prefer it to Super Mario 64. Yeah, which is
about that
fighting words. But I really do. I think the music, absolutely banging. Grant Kirkhope, what a guy. Also does the music for ukulele, which is the only good part of the game, again. But as you can tell, it is another musical pun. Ukulele.
What's that?
So it kind of sounds like the real life instrument, the trombone.
What is a ukulele?
What?
What's a ukulele?
What are you talking about?
I'm asking. I don't know how. Calvin, can you get a picture of a ukulele up?
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know what a ukulele
I don't know
is?
what a ukulele
See,
is.
the fact that there's not even a pun. It's just the name
Just
of
the
an
name
instrument.
thing. Well, not Banjo-Kazooie.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you for saving my terrible joke.
No, I'm serious. Can you just look up?
You know what? Stop doing it. You're doing a bit. What the fuck are you talking about? A ukulele.
A ukulele. Right. Sorry.
Oh, fucking hell.
A ukulele. Oh,
The
that makes
ukulele.
it 342 quid
That's a double neck
for
one,
the
though.
double necker.
Hell yeah. We could play
We're
that
gonna
at the
play
same
fucking
time.
Stairway on that thing. Bro.
Steve Vai's ukulele.
There was a one that looked like a Space Raider back on Google there as well. Anyway,
Ukulele, worst instrument of all time.
didn't they do loads of fucky stuff as well? Weren't the devs actually just quite bad people?
Of the ukulele?
Of ukulele. I don't hear anything about their
Maybe
bad
it was just
characters.
because it was that bad.
I think the game was so bad, everyone's
I
character got
remember
diminished.
someone was a voice actor and then they weren't, but I can't remember if that was
All
because
the voice actors just. That's the voices.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think in Banjo-Kazooie, all the voices was just Grant Kirkhope. Like,
As a car alarm.
it's Grant Kirkhope. It's Grant. I'll be able to take it out. But it was just Grant Kirkhope, like being like, my balls are so big.
Can you just say that name again for me?
Grant Kirkhope.
No, say it properly.
Grant Kirkhope.
Grant Kirkhope. Grant Kirkhope.
Grant Kirkhope. Grant Kirkhope.
Say it 3 times quickly.
Grant Kirkhope. Grant Kirkhope.
No, quickly.
Grant Kirkhope. Fuck, that's really different. You say it.
Grant Kirkhope. Grant Kirkhope.
Wanker!
All right. See, new world record.
Yeah. Ukulele fucking sucks, man. It's just it's literally like if
It's
you
just preying on
nostalgia.
dad's nostalgia, isn't it?
My nostalgia. And again, the vibe is quite cool. It was very, very clearly inspired by Banjo-Kazooie. It had the same levels sort of bits, but it feels like if you open Unreal Engine for the first time ever,
You get ukulele.
and you
Maybe that's what happened.
default
They
is-
went, who's the head of Rare or whatever this company's called?
I can't remember.
Anyway, let's say his name's Gary.
Gaddy.
And they say, Gary, you're never going to guess what. And they just pull out the pictures of like the drawings, the concept art of ukulele in the INT, and they go, you'll never guess what happened there. And he goes, what? So he takes them to Unity and he just opens it and the U comes up and then it's just an exact working thing of ukulele and went, oh, that's a bit of luck in it, fucking hell. And they go, we could just
Craig Duncan.
Craig Duncan. That's hard. I can't do that. Yeah, and they could just go, we could spend 2 years tossing it off here, and they'll never know the difference.
But look, we could just, the budget's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's have cocaine parties.
Exactly.
Playing ukulele.
Unfortunately for them, someone played ukulele and went, I'm sure I've seen this before.
It like it's the same feel of like an asset flip game.
Yeah,
honestly, it
big
really
time.
does.
It looks so bad. Like even the lighting and that. I know it's supposed to be cartoony and childish and stuff,
Yeah.
but even that looks like shit.
Yeah, Calvin, can you look up some ukulele gameplay so that you understand what's going on? It's just open and vapid, and there's just
Hey?
and the
How am I spelling this?
How did you spell it there? You spell ukulele. Ukulele.
ukulele.
How do you spell it?
It's pronounced ukulele. For what?
YOO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ukulele, and 90% off.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, it's a bad sign. That
Ooh, yeah.
Have you seen the second one?
There's a ukulele too.
It's-
Ukulele. Is it called ukulele?
Oh, that's a mess.
Lad,
How
I
did they
need to
fuck
talk
that
really
up?
quickly. Do you remember?
Craig.
Do you remember that, guys? Do you remember that that wizard heist movie called Now You See It?
Yeah, no. What-
Now You See Me or
No.
whatever. Yeah, Now You See Me,
I think so. Yeah.
which is it's a decent title and it's a really bad film because it's a magic heist, which sounds funny.
Is Jesse Eisenberg in that?
Jesse Eisenberg. I want to say
Kevin
Woody
Spacey?
Harrelson.
no,
Woody
it's Woody
Harrelson.
Harrelson. Is it some of the Zombieland cast is back in that, aren't they? And James Franco, little creep. I
What?
fucking hate James Franco, little freak.
He's a ming, isn't he?
He's a fight on site. Anyway, I feel like your brother's weird and all. Like you definitely do some weird stuff to women. Anyway, yeah. So they make that, and it was a fire movie, and you go using card magic to rob a bank is a bit stupid. To rob Morgan Freeman or something like that is a bit weird. But they made a second Now You See Me film.
Yeah.
And what was the film called? Dylan.
Now You See Me Too.
That would be on my
awesome.
999. That on my 3x3, whatever the fuck, my 999. Call the police. Yeah, I'd like to report a crime officer. You see, there was a film called Now You See Me, which was a magic-based heist film, and they've released the second one. They've announced the second one. And I want to talk about the title. No, it's not called Now You Don't, Officer. And that is stupid. Yeah, sorry. That's like that. That lives in my memory.
Yeah, so it's not called ukulele. It's like ukulele in the Forbidden Lair, but it's a Donkey Kong Country inspired thing, so it's
that's
2D.
even worse.
Apparently, it was that good.
Oh, wait, no, it's 2D.
It's 2D.
Oh, sorry.
Donkey
I thought-
Kong Country for like the SNES. So yeah, so this is ukulele.
It looks better than I remember.
It looks exactly like.
You know what was a fucking...
Banjo-Kazooie.
You know what a belter platformer was? Rayman 2. Never played it.
Never played the original Rayman sled. Only played Rayman 3, the 3D one. Hoodlum Havoc.
Well, it's not bad, that one. That's a belter too. This looks crap. Why is there a casino world?
That's really.
So wait,
this
hang
one was
on.
particularly
This
really
is
bad
a
as
this
well.
is a thing of anthropomorphic animals, and there's an evil bee, but they've somehow developed the concept of advanced gambling. And this doesn't even make
Yeah,
sense
it's
to
because
play
it's
on.
called Capital B. That's the villain's name.
It looks nice.
Have you saved in my phone as Gruntilda?
I can only speak in rhymes.
All right, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Free
free
game. WWE 2K18. Hold the fucking phone.
You know what? It mightn't be as bad as what I'm remembering it, but I was, again, most of these are my gut reaction. Like, I was excited and then it shit the bed. And
I think you're right. Because, I mean, you played it and your fucking uncle's
he fucking kickstarted it, so he's in the credits.
Thank God for some fucking small mercies there.
I'm glad he's dead.
I say that about my mum all the time.
Oh, what would your mum think of this podcast?
Oh, she'd hate it. I'm glad she's dead for that. Tell you what, the biggest one was Game of Thrones season 8. I remember my mum loved the Song of Ice and Fire. She read all the books and she watched all the series. I remember sitting next to her and eating dinner, and when we watched Oberyn Martell's head get smashed, and I was like, what the fuck? And she was just like scranning this past, like, yeah, that was good. But
Guy was the same guy. He was a massive.
Yeah.
I think he actually did get to see the ending. He didn't go quick enough.
So she died, obviously. And years later it finished. And I kind of watched it with my dad. It was a nice little bonding thing for us to do. And it got to 8 and I was like, fuck me, it's going downhill. And honestly, like, I'm not joking about this. I know it sounds funny, but after the ending of the final episode of Game of Thrones, I went, I'm kind of glad that my mum isn't here to see that. Like, I'm not glad she's dead, but I was like, she would have really, really hated that. When he, with what's the name, I was like, holy shit, she would be pissed right now. She would be fuming.
Belfast is really funny to walk around. Like, so in the Belfast airport, because there's obviously film nodes in Ireland, it's just Game of Thrones shit everywhere because there's nothing else in Belfast. But like, I feel like the ending of that show, because they spent years building all this tourist attractions for Game of Thrones, and then by the time all the stuff was built, everyone already hated the show. So like, but you're going around and there's all these posters of like kids playing like Game of Thrones games. Like, this is the show with tits and riding and murder. Why are you letting your children go? Because no one else is going. Because everyone hates Game of Thrones.
That's true,
I felt really bad. It's Game of Thrones shit everywhere. It's so sad.
She wouldn't have been a fan. But yeah, good news. Gary died before Ukulele came out, so he didn't have to say it. That's a bit of luck.
Yeah. Rip.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. Let's wrap up because we're running out of time. But Dead Space 3.
I mean, obvious.
I think it's the same thing. Same thing.
But
where
you could use the Kinect with Dead Space 3, couldn't you?
What was the crack with the Kinect Dead Space 3?
I think you could reload with the Kinect and stuff and go.
You turn your guns in the chainsaws.
You had to make the rim.
That's another example of EA just fucking it up. You see, Dead Space 1 remake didn't sell enough, so they've scrapped all future Dead Space
I didn't buy
projects.
I'm not gonna lie.
I did buy it.
I didn't buy
70 quid. Fucking steep.
Fuck off.
It was dead steep, like. I liked it, but it was just a better Dead Space 1. I was like,
I'm sure it was really good, but £70.
70 quid, lad. That's why no one fucking bought it. But Dead Space 3.
Could you imagine if they sold that for like 30 quid? Everyone would have bought that.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I know a business. Who's this? EA?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Andrew Wilson. The suck man.
The suck man.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
remember that bit?
Yeah. Big Aussie suck. Listen, if you want to learn a thing or two about business, you come to this guy. Yeah.
See those products? Just make them cheaper.
Yeah.
See your profits skyrocket.
Let me buy more shit, idiot.
But I think Dead Space 3, the plan was just to be, because it's very like Thing inspired. It's like on a snow planet. It's quite cool. Have you ever played 3?
No.
Sucks balls. But it's again, vibe, super cool. Opening, super cool. But then when they make it mandatorily like you with another character, it's at the same time any
was he supposed to be
game.
Imaginary?
Yes. Well, yes, I think so. it's what it does if you're playing it co-op. The lines of dialogue are like different for whoever character you're playing. So like if you're playing one person on one screen will say something and you'll hear it differently on the other side because they're like one's going mental or one's not real or whatever the fuck it was. And there's bits in there that are dead interesting. But then EA was like, yeah, but what if you could spend real money
to reload your gun?
I think it was if you could spend real money to get like parts for like repairing your guns and shit, they fucked it up. It
That's what the people
ruined it. Like, and the game wasn't great, but all of that extra stuff absolutely put it down in the absolute bin.
I've had a realization about me is that those Xbox era games, I've never played a game with 3 on it. I've not played Dead Space 3, not played Modern Warfare 3, I've not played Gears of War 3.
Did you play Gears of War 3?
No.
Gears of War 3 is pretty good.
2 is the one.
2 is the goat, but 3 is pretty good.
I've not played any game with, much like Valve, I cannot count to 3. Crazy.
Yeah, and speaking of 3s,
I have played that one actually.
Assassin's Creed 3. Again,
Worst one.
I think you could replace this with every game 3 and onwards. Because I really liked Assassin's Creed 1, suck balls.
Ezio is the man, isn't he?
All of the Ezio games,
Fire.
big fan.
Yeah.
Really loved Assassin's Creed 2. Brotherhood, I thought was even better than Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, definitely.
And Revelations was okay.
Run, boy, run. Do you remember the trailer from that?
No, I don't.
Oh.
What's from
It's got that-
Revelations?
Is it Woodkid or something like
I
that?
have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's a belter.
Do you want to get Calvin to Google it?
We'll play it. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, we'll get copyrighted for it, but let's put it on.
Oh, that's a really good point, actually.
I think it might be Brotherhood. I can't remember which one it is, but it's
Nah, fuck it,
it's
there.
the
Again,
That's
I
not
have
helping at
no
all, is
idea.
it?
I really like the multiplayer in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
It was like
That's-
a hide and seek sort of fucking.
Yeah,
It was fucking class. I
it's
loved
never
it.
gonna work though.
Yeah, no.
People always do that kind of shit, and they think, "Oh, it was so good." Like Splinter Cell had it too, didn't it? Where it was like infiltrators versus guards. And everyone was like, "Oh, how good is this?" And then it's actually just too pure to live. Because I can't.
What did you think of those, like Splinter Cell Conviction?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I really liked it.
They were okay.
I really liked it.
I like the co-op missions.
Yeah.
Those were fucking-
Oh, lad, and at the end you had to fight each other. Oh, brother.
I got worked.
Oh, me and Gary did that back in the day. That's
The Gary
unlocked.
fuck you up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that unlocked a core memory for me. Thank you.
Bash you in real life. That's the secret. You see.
Tried.
Just remember, guys, if you are ever playing couch co-op, you can just fight the person in real life if they're winning. If someone's
You're
beating
playing
you
a
in,
fighting game.
someone's
one-on-one.
beating you in GoldenEye, you can just punch them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Give them the chop.
Yeah, 3 is the worst of the Assassin's Creeds, and it was really a sign of all the bad things that were about to happen where you just run into famous people.
Yeah. It's like
all-
the Simpsons of
Yeah,
of the game.
it sucks off every famous person. My personal favourite was whatever one was set in London, but you meet Karl Marx.
Syndicate.
You meet Karl Marx, and he basically just says, you know, we don't need any kind of revolution or whatever. Things are just fine as they are. Yeah, it was very
No
odd.
fucking way.
But you meet George Washington in that one, don't you? You're there when
Yeah.
like the Declaration of Independence is signed or whatever, and they're like, "What's his name? Connor."
Yeah.
Oh, Connor,
His name
you're
is Connor.
you're just so cool. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. And I think it just, again, loved 2. That was so bad. It put a sour taste in my mouth. People really like Black Flag. I
It was
don't.
good.
I don't like
It was
Black
good.
Flag at
It
all.
was
I
good.
think because the opening of that game, I
When you're in
never
the
got.
opera house.
I never got to the piratey bits.
You never got to the Opera House thing.
No. I think because the opening is the same as 3, where it's the slowest. Follow this person for I think 45 minutes, and I went, "Fuck."
I bet you it
this.
isn't. I think it's
It definitely
25
isn't.
minutes
It's not.
at best.
It's just so long, and then you're doing the real life stuff for ages. Sucked balls. Have you played any of the recent Assassin's Creeds?
I played
Origins.
I played
Odyssey,
Valhalla,
Valhalla.
and
I
I
watched
enjoyed.
Katie.
I enjoyed Valhalla.
It's too long.
Yeah, and then
Far
I
too
got to the part where you can go to Asgard or whatever, and then I was like, oh wait, this is just another main quest. I went, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck
I
that.
spent £50 on it, I think, and I was like,
I watched Katie play it, and I think she did the same thing. We got to that point and went, this game's too fucking long.
It was quite good though, in terms of like me being like, oh, I know that place because that's where like my family's from. So when you're going around raiding abbeys, I'm like, I've been there in real life, sort of thing. As I'm stabbing a monk,
Yeah.
or ripping.
It's definitely, I think
Someone's head
Valhalla seems like it was the best in a while.
Yeah,
But I played Origins, the Egypt one. But it's just, when I played it, I was like, oh, you just like Dark Souls now. Fuck off.
Oh, is it?
It's Dark Soulsy combat.
I just did the stealthy bits, to be honest. I think that's what I enjoyed was the sneaking and skulking. Really,
But I think
Macaulay skulking.
What are you saying, Calvin?
I think it's the games are without that denser city.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like as soon as you put it into like you're assassin in an open field and there's lions, well, who cares?
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Monty Python where they see the man running from fucking miles away.
Yeah. It is a little bit. I'll be honest, I have to say Assassin's Creed 1 has a soft spot in my heart because I just think you've got some belter names like Altair.
See,
Al-Mualim. Oh.
do you remember the trailer from Assassin's Creed 1?
God save your lonely soul. Yeah, what a tune.
Lad.
They've got some
that game,
fire
that trailer was like, I need an Xbox 360 stat. And then you play Assassin's Creed 1 and you go, huh.
think it was-
The vibe, I think Assassin's Creed 1's vibe is probably the coolest of them all.
Yeah.
Being in the Middle East, that was fucking fire. But
I remember
2
getting
was so much
really
better.
pissed off at the end because, you know, at the end of Assassin's Creed 1, you get eagle vision and then you can see loads of writing on the wall. And I was like, what the fuck does this even mean?
Oh, the actual ending.
Yeah. And I thought there was more to do and it just
ends.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
no, Assassin's Creed 1 was a bit shit. Like, I liked it, but yeah. I only put Oblivion there to make you upset.
I know we did. That's why I avoided it.
I just wanted to feel the donut.
I'm biased to your foolish baits.
I don't like Oblivion, but I don't hate it. I can see its value.
Yeah.
I just don't like the combat's just so bad. I never like playing it.
The combat in every Elder Scrolls game is so...
I don't like any of the Elder Scrolls games, that's why.
Yeah.
I think they're
I'm
all gash. Like,
No, that's not true at all. Like, there's 3 good ones, I think. But
what, Morrowind, Skyrim, and Oblivion?
no, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Daggerfall.
That is the most hipster thing you've
Deep
ever said in your
Yeah,
life. Fuck me.
Daggerfall Unity. Oof. What a lame thing. Anyway, poke out that donut. But here's what I want. I want a donut from all of you guys. Can you think of 8 to 9 games you actually hate? It's harder than
It
you
is
think.
harder because that's it. You go, I'm going to hate that. I'm not going to play it. Because to play a game and to hate it means that you have to put X amount of hours into it. Usually you'll start something and go, nah, this is shit. And then you forget about it. But these I've actually played and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do a giant FIFA rant.
Oh,
That's what one of my things I wanted
you
to
can do it in my one.
Yeah.
You see, you think it's hard to hate 8 games, but some people are just built a little differently.
Have you got like
Let me tell
20 in
you
the
something,
bank?
brother. Let me tell you something, brother. Next Tuesday.
Next
Sunday,
next
if you're a
Sunday
Patreon.
for Patreons.
Next Tuesday, next Sunday, watch me as I pick 9 games, maybe, or perhaps more, that I really don't like.
I'm really excited for your one. And
I
saying it's
made it
going to upset
harder
me.
for myself as well. I've gone hard mode. I'm not allowed to say a game I've not played. I'm not
What, do you
allowed
have
to say.
2 on the list?
Yeah, I really cut it down. I've got a really busy week ahead of me.
You have to start playing a lot of these games.
I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to pick a game I've not played. I'm not allowed to fucking pick League of Legends.
You put too many hours into League of Legends to pick it.
Exactly. I'm not allowed to pick Smash.
Smash is class.
No, it's not. Dimwit.
You fool.
You fucking imbecile. You concave cretin.
I was about to say cretin. You fucking stole it from me. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Concave cretin.
I might, on your one, I might do a giant FIFA rant because I just wanted to like really scream about FIFA and how I think it's one of the worst things in the gaming industry, but we've got to distract to talk about everything else.
Talking about how glad we are that your uncle and my master.
Yeah.
See you next time. Bye,
Bye, everyone.
boys. Bye-bye.
Mwah.